I asked, Myra Slotnick and David Drake told. What made now the right time to write the show, and what made now the right time to present it in New York?
Oh man, that is a good question. Interestingly that you asked that. Actually wrote the show a while ago, since we've been, collaborating on it for now 3 years. Katrina took place in 2005. Like the rest of the universe and the country, I was devastated by what I saw on television, because of course we weren't there, and all you could see is what you witnessed of a people that were disregarded and disenfranchised, and I was in so much pain about that. I mean, they were dying. And I believe, like, we let them die. We didn't come to their aid or their rescue. It really affected me in a very deeply way, and the only way that I know how to respond to something like that is to write about it. And I didn't realize how strongly I felt about it, and I started writing about it, and it felt very important to me to tell the story. After I wrote the story, interestingly enough, the first time we did a reading, it was on the anniversary of Katrina in 2010, and it was Hurricane Earl at that time. And then it was when we did when we had our opening, our world premiere at the Provincetown Theater in 2012, there was Irene, and then this is like, we're in New York now, okay, and we had planned a reading for this past November, right after Hurricane Sandy. And New York was devastated by Hurricane Sandy. And of course, if that storm hit Provincetown, where we were, we would not be here right now. And oh my God, what a dilemma, what a dilemma. I'm like, how can we do this? How can we do this now? And slowly, a week was too soon to do it after, but 10 days or so, I kept getting word from people in New York, we want to hear this, we want to hear this, this is important, we've just been through this, this is, and sure enough, we sold out both readings, and it was really well received, and it felt really timely. It's not just about Katrina, by the way. I say, the truth is, the characters, it's a character-driven piece, and they had a lot to say about the tone of the play. And I like to let my characters speak for themselves, hopefully.
The circumstance happened a number of years ago, and we, the city, the people, have recovered to the extent that they have recovered from Katrina, and there's been other tragedies certainly that have happened since then. Not anything quite as devastating as that, and socially, but this play is not a social commentary on Katrina, a political commentary. There's plenty of documentaries about that and things like that that are really excellent on that subject. This really is about, it is a backdrop of a catastrophe, and in the catastrophe, in an emergency, individuals come together, and in the process, they all change. They all reveal their truths, a kind of truth that allows them to move to the next stage in their life, or the next decision in their life, and that is true of a lot of good dramas. That a situation, it's where you get comedy, situation, comedy. So what's the situation? And in that situation comes the comedy. And in this case, it's a situation drama, but these characters change. They all change.
Sounds good.
So it works as a play all on its own, and it'll work as a play 20 years from now, 30 years from now. It'll always be in context of this place and these people. But
I saw the reading after last year, and it was incredible, and it was a good time to do it right after Sandy, because we just went through that, and it resonated so much more, I think, just because it was so recent. I think it would resonate whether it was Hurricane Sandy or not, but it had that extra ounce of resonance because we just went through it, and it was really just so powerful with everything that happened. What do you hope audiences come away with after seeing the show?
Their connection to the people. I mean, my job with this kind of play, that the characters are so well-rounded. Each of the characters are very well-rounded. It's a hallmark of her writing that they are complex with layers and layers and layers, which make them very wonderful for actors to play because there's a lot there. And sometimes it's not in the dialogue; it's the subtext of what they're trying to say, which is always very interesting because people struggle with what they really want and want to say in their lives and in the world, and they have difficulty. What are the obstacles that we have to overcome in order to say those things? People spend lifetimes and millions of dollars in therapy to get to that next place.
All good drama to me, any plays that I love to see or that I love to read, they help me look at the world in a different way than I did before I came in. And that's, to me, that's it. You know what I mean? I think it's the kind of play that people do talk about afterwards. It's the kind of play that has some unanswered questions. It evokes contemplation, existential whatevers, and I think, I think it's that. I think it provokes change or thoughts of change in ways in which I respect and admire, I hope.
Thanks for watching. For more Call Me Adam, visit callmeadam.com or follow me on Twitter at callmeadamnyc or facebook.com/callmeadamnyc.